Hello and welcome to our next webinar session. My name is Markus Florian from EnOcean, and today we will be having our next webinar session together with our partner CWS. Let me just briefly switch on my camera for a brief introduction from my side. Here, that's me, Markus Florian. I'm based in Oberhaching, Germany, next to Munich, leading the EMEA sales team of EnOcean. And I switch off my camera to save on bandwidth and then lead over to Annette Lust. She will also give you a short introduction to herself.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus. Hello, everyone. I'm Annette Lust, responsible for digital hygiene, digital business solutions at CWS. And I'm super excited to be part of today's webinar session. And again, thank you everyone for spending the next 20 to 25 minutes with me to hear about our newest innovation, CWS smartMate digital washroom solution that can be perceived as your reliable hygiene management partner for day-to-day hygiene business management.
Okay, thank you, Annette. So I will just make a short introduction and overview, and then hand over, of course, to Annette for further details. So here, again, just a brief agenda on what we are going to discuss today. I just will be giving a couple of words on EnOcean for those who don't know us, and then, of course, hand over to Annette for giving you a detailed introduction on CWS, and of course, in specific to the smartMate solution, on the benefits, features, and functions. And at the end of this presentation, we will have again a Q&A session. So be ready to raise your questions to us, and then we will answer those live. And then of course, hopefully we can give you a lot of input for your ideas to use smartMate in your environment. So going on to the next slide. Just a few words on EnOcean. Who are we and what are we doing? So EnOcean is a provider of self-powered IoT solutions. In that context, what we provide is components, modules, and solutions based on energy harvesting principles. And in that context, we are using a series of standardized wireless protocols. Of course, mainly the EnOcean protocol in the sub-gigahertz range, which we have, of course, developed ourselves many years ago, but it's an open standard since over 10 years, and using frequencies, for example, 868 in Europe, 902 in the US, Canada, and 928. But in the recent years, we have added support for also other protocols in the 2.4 gigahertz space, which is Zigbee, and then most recently also Bluetooth Low Energy. With our activities since 2003, we have shipped a double-digit million amount of products into the market, together with our partners, and those solutions are used in over 1 million buildings worldwide. So those are buildings ranging from small private homes going up to office buildings or hospitals. So it's a wide application range. We are present worldwide, so we have activities in Europe, in the US, and in Far East, and our activities are then supported by our strong patent portfolio, where we continue to innovate with new products and solutions. So that's already an overview on us, on EnOcean. I will hand over to Annette, and she gives you an introduction to CWS and her solution. So Annette, over to you.
Thank you, Marcus. Yeah, before we get started, I would like to introduce you the CWS group. So who is CWS? Many people are familiar with our dust control mats and probably as well as our towel and soap dispensers. But as a group, we offer innovative, sustainable, and digital rental solutions with products and services across Europe. Our business is divided into 6 pillars, such as hygiene, workwear, fire safety, floor care, clean rooms, and healthcare, with more than 10,600 employees in 15 countries. So CWS, we are a purpose-driven company, and our purpose for a healthier and safer tomorrow gives us a strong focus in helping our customers to ensure a better health, a better safety, and much needed protection for themselves, their employees, and also their customers. And with our sustainable and holistic hygiene solutions, we create an environment that helps to keep people healthy. That way, setting a unique standard for hygiene experience in washrooms is our daily goal. And this is also why we, as a hygiene experts, are always working on development of solutions that help to ensure an optimized hygiene and as well as well-being. Also, we are in the middle of a digital transformation, and implementation of a data-driven culture is becoming our new DNA. As the COVID-19 pandemic shakes the global economy and disrupts the way we live, work, and do business, the role of technology is becoming important than ever. So there are surveys available that show that people have a positive view on technology, and also that people have come to rely on technology that makes their lives easier and more efficient. So what are some of the practical ways that such a digital washroom solution can help you in the near term? Well, the level of hygiene has grown significantly over the past 6 months. And the public awareness and as well as demand for environments that promote health and well-being as well as sustainability has grown. And that way, it seems like a natural progression for businesses and organizations to offer digital-based hygiene solutions that help facing new challenges in the cleaning and hygiene industry. And prior to pandemic, smart technology was focused on employee experience and the use of the space only. But now, a new form of employee safety is emerging, and smart technology can contribute to the safety and health of employees returning to the office. It can also help optimizing cleaning and as well as establishing new hygiene protocols, and most importantly, the right product placement. Facility managers in particular have to juggle competing priorities and challenges on a daily basis. And at the same time, they are responsible for maintaining high level of hygiene, which is needed to keep the employees and the visitors and as well as staff healthy and free from the risk of germs and infections. And this applies to offices and high traffic environments as well as public places. And CWS smartMate is a fully digital dispenser management solution that offers you hygiene insights from real-time dispenser data combined with washroom traffic information. And another benefit is that it helps you to optimize the cleaning operation and warrants the cleaning personnel on time in order to ensuring the compliance of the hygiene requirements. So smartMate contributes to avoidance of the consumable shortages and enables you to react immediately if something is wrong. We probably all know that opening each dispenser just to check on the refill level requires a lot of time. And this is additional time that potentially can impact people's ability to wash and dry their hands. So distributing consumables to the places where they are needed is a huge benefit in terms of minimizing social contact and also the spread of infection. It can help employees feel safe, healthy, and most importantly, valued in their workplace. And all these individual benefits lead to an overall improvement of hygiene experience and as well as customers and colleague satisfactions. Another benefit is the optimization and structured workflow and visibility of actual filling levels that allows you a target resource allocation. That way, you can eliminate inefficiency, allow staff to identify the cleaning needs before they even become problems, so you don't waste time finding out what those problems are. And that way, our digital washroom solution can help you guarantee a seamless hygiene service to your washroom users, and at the same time, optimize your day-to-day operations and increase efficiencies and managing inventory costs and as well as prioritize cleaning staff time and reduce waste. So we have built in a few questions into this presentation, as we would like to know your opinion as well. And the first question is, do you think IoT-based cleaning solutions will become the norm due to the COVID-19? And you have a couple questions that you can choose from. The first one is, yes, I think COVID will accelerate the long-term transition. And the second one, well, I'm not sure. And the third one, I think new solutions will be forgotten once everything is back to normal. And I see that the majority is thinking that it's probably going to be a sustainable transition, which I think it's, from what we have been hearing in the past, especially over the last few months, it seems like the trend is definitely going into this direction. And again, there's technology that can really help with targeted solutions. And from what I can see, I guess the majority, there are 74% right now that think that because of the COVID, the implementation of IoT solution is going to be a long-term transition. 75% now. Well, it looks like the majority is really is a conclusion with the first option. Well, thank you so much for answering this question. Yeah, 71% think that it will accelerate, and only 5% that think that they will feel that it will be forgotten. Okay, thank you. Then we will move on. Well, I would like to introduce you the main features of our smartMate solution. Practicing hygiene requires processes that establish sustainable hygiene behavior and transform those needs into the routine. And access to data is a very powerful tool. Data is driving change in almost every industry. And smartMate application management offers 3 valuable features like reports, for example, that can be used to manage your service options, your consumable stocks, and keep track of the washroom traffic. And data insights gives you transparency about your washroom conditions. And as well as deeper data analysis enables you to recognize your hygiene-related trends, and it helps you to understand customers and employees' behavior, as well as defining your own KPIs based on the collected insights can help you to predict the cleaning operations and also change your maintenance and workflow, and as well as reordering demand in upcoming peaks or holiday periods, for example. And the last feature that we have developed to complement our application portfolio is the mobile app, a smartMate app, that helps you to see the current status of all your dispensers remotely and contribute to more efficient planning and cleaning requirements. Seamless connection with our dispensers, connected dispensers, provides users with the demand-oriented task management. And the CWS smartMate app is quite interactive and easy to use. And it comes with the following functionalities, for example, to-dos that give you an overview which washrooms currently require service, a depiction of resources needed for maintaining each washroom, and prediction estimates on the filling levels, helping to plan your more efficient routes, and as well as an in-app tutorial that helps your cleaning personnel to learn how to fill the dispensers correctly. And overall, the real-time dispenser information helps you to provide uninterrupted level of hygiene experience. And just to give you a quick overview how the system works, I would like to describe it in 4 key steps. Our smartMate dispensers, such as soap, cotton towel, toilet paper, and disinfect, provide a variety of data, such as fill level, as you can see, the consumption, washroom traffic, and response times and maintenance requirements. This data is continuously transmitted to our smartMate software and displayed in a web application. And instant access to data enables predictive washroom management and optimal protection against viruses and germs. So that way, cleaning staff can efficiently pack their janitorial carts, and at the same time, facility manager can use the available data reports to boost productivity and most important, make the best use of his resources. And I think that washroom management has never been more important than during this pandemic. And data from smartMate can help strengthen also your hygiene protocols by making sure that your washroom and the CWS dispensers are always in a working order and the products are always available at the time when people are counting on them the most. So again, overall provide a higher quality of cleaning service. And we have a second question for you. Which segments do you see the usage of the digital washroom solution as most relevant for? Is that industry, retail, HoReCa, which is hotels, restaurants, and catering? And I think they are suffering the most right now. Education or offices? It would be interesting to learn from you or to hear your experience, and if you have maybe experience in other segments, I would love to get in touch with you after the session and maybe just exchange some experiences, because so far I guess offices have been really in focus, but I strongly believe that other segments can benefit from data information in a washroom as well. It looks like majority thinks offices, but also HoReCa, that seems to be a need as well, and I guess followed by education and then the retail. It's very interesting. And again, like HoReCa so far, I personally haven't heard any requirements from the market or customers that have been approaching us for a smart washroom solution. But I guess it's a very interesting insight and finding that we will be approaching in the future. Okay, well, I guess the majority had made the selection. And just to summarize, offices continue to be the focus area, and then followed by HoReCa, and then education, and probably a few use cases in industry as well, and retail. I think there are minor thoughts on that. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing your opinion. And again, from what you can see, just to summarize, 79% offices, 53% HoReCa, and education and industry, 21%, and then 16% for retail. Thank you. And I would like to continue with the, just to give you a quick overview, with another area that we have been pursuing recently. And in today's connected world, office buildings are transforming to smart buildings. And smart building has been a buzzword for quite a while. And I guess everyone has have heard this a lot. And but now I believe it's becoming more real with use cases such as sensor-based space monitoring, or lighting, or temperature measurement, or planning of maintenance as well. So today, the situation of smart building is different. During this pandemic, office buildings sit empty of workers, but work is still going on inside, and the building owners have been busy updating the infrastructure with touch-free equipment, taking a critical look at office airflow, as well as evaluating building cleaning procedures and defining new hygiene protocols for employees. So basically preparing themselves and the infrastructure for the eventual return of employees safely back to work. And as a result, smart building integrators are beginning to emerge much earlier than anticipated, in my opinion. The building management companies are not only exploring the washroom automation, but the full building automation within the ecosystem of a smart building. And with our solution, we have positioned ourselves with the infrastructure that enables us to integrate into your existing building management system due to an open architecture and as well as interoperability. So we, as a hygiene expert, have prepared ourselves to be a key player within the smart building ecosystem and your strategic partner for hygiene solutions. We have been partnering with customers and technology leaders like EnOcean, that enabling building owners and managers to pilot and equip them with technology-based solutions that advance their hygiene standards, and as well and support facility managers facing the new challenges in the cleaning and hygiene industry. And currently, we are actively piloting our solutions with customers that do see value in smart washroom use cases. And there are a lot of interesting findings that are coming out of that. So that way, we stay visionary and keep innovating solutions that will enable us to continue focus on our purpose to contribute to a healthier and safer tomorrow. And I will hand over to Marcus.
Yes, so thanks Aneta for that. So yeah, here just maybe one slide at the end. What we wanted to underpin in this slide is, of course, the expandability. Of course, CWS is focusing on hygiene solutions, but of course that also includes the expandability of the system. And Aneta also explained to you about the interoperability of the system and the solution. And this is, of course, due to the use of the EnOcean protocol and, of course, the activities of CWS in the context of the EnOcean Alliance, which takes care of the standardization. So the two main benefits is, of course, in that context, energy harvesting sensors, but also the interoperability of the EnOcean protocol. And here again, some examples of sensors which are already supported in the smartMate solution from CWS. And this is, for example, on the left side, the magnet contact sensors, which is able to monitor if a door is or window is open and closed. Then, of course, an important factor is to measure temperature and humidity, and that's shown on the next example from the left on the second one. And then, of course, occupancy and activity counting is a very important factor to be measured and then also to analyze. And then most recently, we have added support with our new partner, which is providing a people passage counter solution, which is exactly able to monitor how many people are moving in and out of a room. So again, this is just a few examples of sensors. There's many more, and as you know, they are organized together with CWS in the EnOcean Alliance. But here, just a few concrete examples how the system and the solution smartMate from CWS can be expanded with additional sensors. And with this, actually, we are moving over to the Q&A session. So what we will be doing is just type in your questions via the question function of the tool. And then what I will do is I will read your questions loud and then hand over to Aneta to answer those. And of course, if there will be some questions left because we are running out of time, then of course we come back to you after the webinar session, so nothing will be lost. Yes, okay, I will check which questions have already been raised to us. And yeah, actually, there's a very interesting question coming right now. Aneta, for you, the question is, how does the future of CWS digital business solution look like? So, interesting question to you, Aneta.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Marcus. It is a great question. Well, we are preparing ourselves to, of course, to be a key part in the digital future. That's the way we are expanding our portfolio with different sensors, like you mentioned earlier. We are building the pipeline with the new interesting use cases. The most important we have been also piloting with customers, and I think this is really the key thing, how to position yourself in the future, just to be customer specific and to really understand the needs and transform those needs into the solution with our partners together.
Okay, yeah, so thank you for that. I'm just checking also the new questions coming in. Well, there's another one, very interesting. The question is, what kind of customers should be interested in smartMate?
Yes, well, I think that could be interesting for pretty much each segment. So we have been the question that we raised earlier, predominantly right now, I think it's really for high traffic areas and offices, and I think also public places. Basically, right now, where the washroom is becoming an important component within the infrastructure, and the hygiene aspect is critical. So for that reason, I think the solution could be interested for anyone, and perhaps not in a full scope, but perhaps individual components from that.
Okay, so thank you, Aneta, for that. Then I'm checking, browsing, of course, also to the new questions coming in. There is a question, where is the solution available and whom to contact to learn more? So,
yeah, this is a great question. So far, the solution is available, in European countries. We are focusing right now in Germany, but like Netherlands, for example, we have a few customers as well. And so predominantly the countries that we are surrounded by, that we can support from the infrastructure and as well the installation and maintenance. So we would like to start a little bit slower, and again focus on Germany and our customers first, and then learn from that experience so that can put us in a position to scale up.
okay, so thank you for that. So maybe we do one last question in order not to run too much over time. The question would be, or is how to add value for our customers and CWS through IoT?
Yeah, there's another interesting question, of course. And I think what we have been learning really from the market, that in order to add value, so we have to define specific use cases and really work with our customers on defining those business cases. and which means defining together KPIs, because I think there's no just one perspective on a qualitative value, a quantitative value. There could be also a qualitative aspect as well, which is perhaps even more important and valuable for customers than just a saving factor.
Okay, no, so thank you for that. Thank you for the answer. So yeah, so we see there is other questions which are coming in. As mentioned before, we will then come back and contact you via email for those questions. So nothing will be lost, but of course we also need to look at time and not to run over too much. So again, thanks for this question. Going on to basically towards the end of our presentation. Yes, just wanted to give you an outlook on what's coming next. As you know, we are continuing to do our webinar series, and especially on real case application and implementation. And the next presentation will be on business cases for IoT in the context of facility management. And in that context, we are proudly working together with Apleona, which will then guide you through their ideas and use cases in facility management. So on the last slide, again, if you have further questions, feel free to contact us. You see the contact details of Aneta and myself here if you have further questions. And I just, before I hand over to Aneta for the last words, but just wanted to thank everybody for the participation and the interesting question. Aneta, last words to you.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus. It's been a pleasure to be your speaker in today's webinar session. And I hope I was able to give you a little bit of information of our innovation. And please feel free to get in contact either for requests or just networking purposes and exchange of experience. I would love to get in touch with you. Yeah, thank you so much.